Taking a look at some different shock combinations and problems that they have and what the solutions are that we have to offer. So first up is the old Koni yellow shock, of course, original shock of the GTM. I'm just going to manipulate the suspension here with my legs, basically my knees as I'm sitting here, and we'll see what happens here. So here's the Koni, and we're going to test just a little shock travel, and you'll see the difference, I'm sure. Here we go. There you can see, not much effort. It has very little compression. What's really important to notice, the rebound or the extension is very, very poor. See how fast it drops? Now let's try another shock and see what it looks like. Okay, here we are with the Koni Black Shock. It's the second generation of shocks that offered on the GTM. This is a steel shock, and it's actually a twin tube shock. It's not actually a racing style monotube, and we have, as has been noted before, the shock cannot be inverted like it's supposed to be in the front. So first off, it basically doesn't even work on the car the way it was designed. And let's see what this one does as far as resistance. As you can see, it's got a little bit more rebound, not much compression, just slightly better than the yellow Konis. The yellow Konis actually were designed and came off of a dirt modified is what they were actually built for, so totally doesn't even fit the application of what it was designed for. Let's try something else. And here we are back with shock number 3. This is our Genesis shock, one of the 3 shocks we do offer. Valves specifically for the GTM, based on track testing and road testing. A huge improvement over the factory shocks, and we'll get into more discussion about why that is and why this is really an important upgrade for your car. Let's see what the Genesis does. As you can see, it has 2 to 3 times the compression and over 3 times the resistance of the standard shocks. And you can hear the valving working in there. So it's a racing shock. It's designed for competition. These cars are actual race cars. They're not street cars. We drive them on the street, but this is a race car that needs proper equipment on it to overcome the deficiencies and the ability of this car to accelerate, brake, change direction. This is a very, very high performance car, and it needs very high performance shocks. So we're going to discuss some more. We'll post some more information about our shock combinations and why I believe this is the best upgrade you can make to your car. Yeah, this is our steel version of the Bilstein shock we offer. If you look closely here, you'll see that it is specific for the rear of the vehicle. All of our shock packages have different valving for the front shocks versus the rear shocks. These cars with their 58% rear weight bias and the difference in spring rates, you really can't ask the same shock to control heavier weight and higher spring rate in the rear versus the softer front end. So the valving is specific front to rear. Very important if you're buying shocks that one shock won't fit all. The factory shocks being woefully inadequate, they're even more so in the rear because of the rear weight bias, and heck, you got a 750-pound spring that versus a 450-pound spring in the front. You're asking the shock to do the same job with both springs. It's not up to the job. So that's why our packages developed through our experience racing and our testing on the street basically you need specific shocks front to rear for sure. So let's take a look at the steel shock. It's very similar to the Genesis. Takes a lot of effort to compress, and you can see the rebound rate 2 to 3 times more than the stock shocks. I think it's almost 3 times according to our shock rafts that we've tested. Yeah, looking at our 3 shock options, we've got the Bilstein steel version, the Bilstein aluminum version, and the Genesis shock. The steel shock is a economy shock, but it's definitely an upgrade from the Konis. It is sealed. There's no Schrader valve, as you can see, compared to the aluminum versions. So it is not rebuildable. Still a quality shock, monotube, 46mm piston, very high quality. The Bilstein aluminum is a gas charged. They're all gas charged, of course. But with the Schrader valve, you could adjust or rebuild the shock. Shock is rebuildable. You could adjust the gas pressure, the nitrogen pressure, if you were so inclined to, for a little tuning advantage. As you can see with the Genesis shock, it actually has a little bit extended bulb there, a little bit more gas capacity. In it too is fully rebuildable and high quality. The Genesis even offers Teflon line monoballs compared to the Bilsteins, which are standard. So a really nice shock. All 3 are great shocks. Definitely you know, good choice for no matter what choice. If you want to upgrade your car, they're 3 good choices. And our spring package, what we found with increasing the shock rates to the level that this car requires, we can soften the spring rates to give a better ride and still deliver excellent handling characteristics. Right now we're been offering 375 pound front springs and 650 pound rear springs. Good combination we've found. That's something that you can try different spring rates, come up with a combination that you like, but that's where we're at right now for the best all-around performance and ride quality. Like I say, with the front sway bar, allows a softer front spring rate, gives better turn-in, better stability, better overall control of the vehicle, and allows the softer spring rate to give you a better ride characteristic. I know when Factory 5 first came out with the GTM, they had I believe 350 front, 450 rear, and they found that the cars were bottoming out. There wasn't enough spring to hold the car up, so they went to the current 450 750 combination. Never really improved the shocks to match that huge increase. So this is our package based on our testing, our experience on the racetrack, and good feedback with our street package too. This package is perfect for the street and track. You can, without any changes, take your car to the track day without any compromise, have a great handling vehicle, great ride quality on the street, and great handling. So appreciate you listening in, and we'll post some more information here shortly. Thank you.